Turning Wi-Fi off.
All right, sounds like we were successful. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Shit.
There's a quiet part, making the quiet part loud aspect of Barry having to carry a bomb around this episode and detonate it, because that's kind of like the theme of this whole show and this whole season is there's something like ticking waiting to go off.
Yeah.
I thought the kind of cross-cutting between putting the bomb underneath the home and then trying to speak to the customer service rep at Detonate in the app, cross-cut with Fernando and Cristobal having their encounter was like one of the best sequences in the show so far. Can you talk about that part?
Yeah, some of that was in the reshoots because, again, we wrote it where Cristobal came home during the day for some reason and we shot it. And then so there was this whole scene during the day. So then when you cut back at night, Cristobal's still there and they're still talking and it just didn't feel right. And I said, shouldn't he come back home during the night? You know, so we went back and reshot that. And then the scene, because the bomb was put under the house, but we didn't play up the sound of the bomb. Like once we were in editing, and that is when he picks up the bomb initially, it's a Korean voice, and that's Jason Kim, one of our writers who's really talented.
폭탄을 주우셨습니다. 폭탄을 주우셨습니다.
And then when he hits the bomb against the underneath the house and the voice changes to Japanese, that's Hiro Murai, who directs Atlanta. But Hiro was very nice to send me a voice memo. I was like, he's saying, you've picked up the bomb in Japanese.
あなたは爆弾を拾いました。あなたは爆弾を拾いました。
We had that, so it was like, oh, it'd be funny if the guys inside the house were hearing that, you know? And then just the scene between Fernando and Cristobal, just again, it wasn't really on point. It was, sometimes you write stuff, especially when you write stuff as a group, and it becomes the scene's about like 5 different things. And this happens to us all the time. And then you get in the edit and you say, this should be about one thing. And then you realize, like, of those 5 things, what it should be isn't any of those 5 things. It should be about, you know, I know about what's going on and you need to go fix this. And like I told Michael Irby when he was doing that scene, I was like, as he's saying, like, you're not good at this, you know, you can't make you're all about think pieces and all this stuff. And, you know, I think you have to take that. He's talking about, you know, your sexuality, and it has all these other implications to it. And, Michael, I just think both of them, Miguel Ferrara and Michael, is just holy shit. Michael's so good. I love it when he says, "You have to kill me."
You're going to have to kill me.
And then when I'm doing Detonate, that is Ali Greer, our great editor, as the voice of the woman, because she's a very sweet person from Minnesota.
Chillingly accurate representation of what it's like to be on one of those calls.
Oh God, oh geez, and she's like, well, here's like everything went well. You know.
It's always the nicest person in the world who usually can't help you, but in this case, she did help you, and you did. Set the bomb off.
But that was one that in the edit we were messing around with a lot of, like, when do you cut back out to Barry, when do you not, and we tried like. Oh, there must be 7 versions of that scene where you're going back to Barry more, or you don't go back to them at all. There was an early version we tried to cross cut between that and Sally's premiere, and it just was not working. And so that was like weirdly a very hard thing to get right.